Um, and I think a lot of people a lot of parents, we're dropping the ball on that because we're not investing in them
Mhm.
like we should. Not so much. I mean, you're telling them what to do, but kind of coaching them.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Woodley Oralus again, the host of the Fresh Vision podcast. I always bring the special guests out. Today, I have Clint Hart with Healthy Harts Fitness. Glad to have you on.
I'm glad to be here. Appreciate you inviting me. It's an honor.
Absolutely. Um, Clint's been a guy who's been pouring into the community for quite some time. He's very focused on fitness, mental health, and he has a heart for people and seeing them do well. Clint, tell the people at home a little about who you are and what you do.
Oh, well, I came from Webster, born in Day City, Florida, raised in Webster, Florida. Parents, Kathy Neal, Clint Neal, they, always watched him work hard. So it created a habit in me. Small town guy who made it to the NFL through hard work that I learned from, just understanding what your gifts are and really just magnifying your gifts and managing your weaknesses. And I think God gave me a great opportunity, and I took advantage of it. And it's given me a platform to where now, I played 8 years in the National Football League. I was able to show my little brother, Keanu Neal, who's now in the National Football League, the path that you can do anything you set your mind to if you believe in, have faith, and utilize God's talents that He's given you. Um, and I just, then transferred that into the gym. The gym that I own, Healthy Harts Fitness. I kind of brought my team to the gym. My lifestyle of playing sports all my life to here in Ocala to the gym, and just created a community that we care about each other, and we're all about trying to get results and make the best life for ourselves while we're here for this short time. So it's an honor to be here doing what I'm doing.
Absolutely, and I have had the privilege of coming to some fit camps and doing some training, and I have to admit the vibe at the gym is a little different from a lot of gyms I've been to.
But it's not your conventional gym. It's not your, everybody likes a lot of the shiny stuff, and it's more power to each his own. I'm a very old school guy. I got an old soul. My daughter has an old soul. Lillian Hart plays volleyball for Vanguard. She has an old soul. My dad was a DJ, so I listen to a lot of old music. So everything around me is, I like old school. So I like the way the guys worked out back in the day in the gyms. The Arnold Schwarzeneggers and the Ronnie Coleman's. They weren't really around the shiny stuff. It was all about the grind and the grit and the sweat and pain. And so, that's what I kind of embrace. And I love that about the atmosphere that I've created. And the people that come to where I'm at and in the gym, they understand that. You're not going to get the hot tubs and all that stuff. And people like that, but it's hot enough with the heat. So we don't need a hot tub or cold tub when they're in the winter. So, um, it's just a great atmosphere we created at the gym, and the people love it. I love it, and that's why I get up every morning and come, just because of people.
Yes, you definitely feel like that, almost like that family unit. People come together to really push each other to get healthy.
Accountability, is more than just exercise. Is more than just looking good. It's a mental health thing. A lot of our healing is through exercises. It's strengthening the mind to deal with a lot of stuff, and that's kind of how I use it, is to really callous over a lot of the pains that I'm going to go through in life. Eventually we all going to go through a lot of pain, whether it's losing somebody or so on and so forth. So, pushing yourself through pain and hurt and mental toughness is key, especially when it's working out. Because when you lifting, your muscles going to hurt, your body's going to get tired, your mind's going to want to quit. But some way you got to find a way to push through it, and so that's kind of how I deal with things. I've already prepared for a lot of things that's going to happen in my life that's inevitable, and working out really prepares me for that.
Absolutely. You still have that warrior mindset. It's hard to keep up sometimes.
I mean, really, honestly, that's the way you have to live life. Is never be satisfied. Yeah, I've made money. I've had things, but it doesn't satisfy the hunger. The hunger is always going to be there, no matter what you have. And when you lose that, you lose. Especially if you were always a go-getter and a warrior. You know, it doesn't stop. It does. It isn't going to stop until I leave here. Um, and that's what people say about me. Saying how you can get up at 4:30 in the morning and stay to 8:30 at night, and because I want to be great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to show what it takes to be great. It's getting up early, staying late, doing it when nobody else wants to do it, and just trying to show by example, lead by example. And anybody connected with me going to have to grind, or they won't be connected with me.
Absolutely. And like you're definitely tapped in with the kids. You're focused on. I see volleyball players come through, basketball players, football players.
Anybody, man, it's the kids is where it's at. Kids are the future. My daughter is growing up in this town, and it's very important to me to pour into the kids around her and with her because they can have influence on her. So I try to touch as many kids as I can when it comes to mentally, and pouring into them what I've learned. We didn't have that growing up. We need more people to do that with the kids that are around. Um, and I think a lot of people drop. Well, a lot of parents we're dropping the ball on that because we're not investing in them like we should. And, not so much. I mean, you're telling them what to do, but kind of coaching them. Making sure that when they get home, they're just not jumping on the video games
Right.
and staying on video games all night long because it's programming.
That kind of blows my mind. Like when I was a kid, we was running around the neighborhood playing manhunt and all that.
It just really, I mean, and I'm speaking reality is I see very few kids that I should see in my gym. And all you gotta do is look at my videos. Um, and kids that are like me, grew up in the neighborhoods like me, uh, uh, and I don't see a lot of those kids. Which I love all kids. I love to train all kids, but I think if you look at my videos, I don't see a lot of diversity,
Right.
in my videos with the kids. And I would like to see a mixture of all types of kids because they all got to live together and play together and work together and grow together. So if you can get them all to understand that part of team, makes it that much easier.
And it's crazy that it's like that, and you're like a well of knowledge just sitting right there, right here in the backyard, where you've gone through the trenches, you put in the hard work, you've made it to the pinnacle of football, and many of the kids growing up, that's where they want to go. They want to make it to the league, and to not tap into that's very unfortunate.
Well, I mean, you got to get out of your own way sometimes, and that's a lot of us in a lot of situations. And then sometimes you got to get out of your kids' way. I have to remove myself out of my daughter's way when it comes to volleyball. I'm not a volleyball coach. I can teach her how to get faster and stronger, but if she needs to learn volleyball, she needs to go to somebody who coached that and learn that and play that. Um, and I think a lot of times we get as dads, sometimes we get a little selfish, and we want to be the reason. We want to be the one, and it's not that the parents don't know. It's just sometimes the kids don't want to listen to the parents. They hear them enough, and it's just like my daughter. Sometimes I say things and she don't want to hear me,
and then somebody else say the same thing.
She'll go listen to them. I'm like, so I mean, sometimes we got to get and give them the best chance to be successful by putting them in the hands of someone else that we trust and that's been there. Obviously, if I want a plumber, find somebody who knows how to plumb, who's been a plumber.
Right.
So that's what I say when it comes to that. Is I would love to see more kids and ethnicity. But it is what it is.
Right. Being an athlete and you're still an athlete.
Yeah.
I like how you really, you phrase that. in transitioning to being a business owner, how do you feel like the disciplines you've learned, the mentality is translated?
I mean, I'm still learning as a business owner because sometimes, your platform kind of carries you
Mm-hmm.
to a certain level. And then it's like, okay, now you really got to learn how this thing works.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been in the Healthy Hearts 10 years, 10 years at the gym. Um, but it really does teaches you discipline, hard work, getting up early, putting in the extra time. But it's always a learning curve. It's always something thrown at you a little bit different that you may catch you off guard that you got to be prepared for. Preparation is the key to winning, not just one to win. So I think every day is getting up and preparing. Okay, I got to do this, 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 and this, and I got a lot of things going on. I mean, I'm not only the gym owner, I'm one of the trainers there.
Right.
So you get pulled in a lot of different directions. So you got to have a good assisting cast.
Right.
You got to have a good team, and I think that's what sports has taught me is, you got to have a quarterback, you got to have a running back, you got to have people to block. Tom Brady couldn't be Tom Brady if he didn't have a good line or good receivers. So I can be the platform as far as playing NFL, a lot of attention to that. But when people come in the gym, I need my entire team to step up and do things. Or if I'm here doing a podcast I need somebody to step up if somebody comes in. So you got to have people around you that you can trust. So it's all about, fitness and business is similar. If you want a body to be fit, you have to put the right things in it. If you want a business to be fit, you got to put the right people in it. Um, if you want your muscles to grow in your arms, you got to focus on that and exercises to build that. If you want your business to grow, you have to focus on, if it's marketing, you have to focus on getting someone who targets marketing just like you would target muscles to grow. So I kind of, look at it as fit in business is the same as you want your body to be fit, you want your business to be fit. You can't have a good business if it's unfit.
Right. And what I say for a lot of people, it's not necessarily they have business problems. They have personal problems that trickle into their business. Um, what do you, because you have to have some type of balance. You have to take care of your mental health. Like for some business owners out there, what would you say to them in order to make sure that what they have going on does not trickle into the business and they can stay focused?
Well, obviously, I'm not perfect, and everybody goes through things. I don't care who you are. It don't matter who you are. You can pull something out on anybody that's just dealing with life. If you're living, you got problems.
Right.
If you're living, you've been through some things, and you have some baggage somewhere. But you just gotta, put your horse blinders on and thoroughbred think it. What I mean by that is you put those like a thoroughbred horse. It's a powerful horse, but if it don't have those things on to keep its eyes focused on the goal, it gets distracted by a lot of things that's irrelevant to the goal. So figure out what it is you want, figure out what goals you want to hit, do the numbers, know the numbers, and know that it's a straight line. The fastest way to A to Z is straight, and going zigzag. Uh, that's the only time you get away with zigzag is if you're running from an alligator. Right. Straight face, straight line. So, I mean, the reality of it is, man, is just really hone in on what you're good at, magnify that, and manage everything else that you're weak at. And if you can't do it, get somebody to help you manage and keep you on track. Because sometimes I need people. I mean, I got great people at my gym. I got great trainers now. I mean, I've had my share of turnovers, and you're going to have that for whatever reason. But Wyatt Davis is a great guy who's come in, and Ashley Rose, who's and Brianna Comos, and Christian Andrews, and Carol, up front, excellent, excellent people that I got at my gym now who they care about the gym. Mm-hmm. They care about the growth of the gym. They help keep the gym clean. I don't need a janitor So it's just making sure
Everybody got their section.
everybody got their, and I don't pay them to do it. It's just, they want to see success in the gym. It ain't about them individually. So, I mean, I challenge people to do that within their businesses, understanding, who's in my business that cares more about just as much about this business as mine as I do. Um, so that's one of my keys to making sure that everything is copacetic, everything's good, because continuity there, understanding. We meet once a week. That's what teams do. You got to meet. You got to break out the good and the bad and address it before it gets too toxic.
Absolutely. um, in business and in life, people face adversity. And in order to achieve anything of of notable success, you have to have the mindset to push through. Um, just touching a little bit about your journey and how you made it to the NFL and how tough was that for you to get there?
It was tough because I didn't play college football. I opted out of not going to play college football. And I was a really good athlete, really good football player in high school. I played four-star athlete, and I played baseball, basketball, football, and track. And I did that to keep myself busy to stay out of trouble. And I always knew I was talented. I just didn't know. I didn't think I was smart enough as far as going to college academically for. So I just want to make sure I managed my grades good enough to where I can perform on the field. Because when I didn't have at least decent enough grades, I couldn't play. So I had to do what I needed to do to play. And if I know if I can play, I gave myself a chance.
Right.
See, a lot of times you just got to give yourself a chance. And I managed that, and I was able to play. And then, didn't go to college for football, but went for baseball here at Central Florida Community College. And then after that, I said, I don't want to play baseball anymore. I want to go to NFL. And I really spoke it. I really believed. I have faith. I grew up in the church. My mom was faith warrior. She all prayed all her life. Grandma, all of that stuff. And I knew, so I grew up in faith. And I knew that if I believed just enough, faith of a mustard seed, to where I can, if I said it enough and I believed it, then I can make it happen. And I said it. Before it even happened, I said, I'm going to NFL in 4 years. After I left CFCC, I told my high school coach that, Inman Sherman, and he said, okay, how you gonna do it? He didn't shoot my dreams down. He just said, how you gonna do it? And then I set out a plan. It just came out. NFL, AFL 2, NFL, AFL 1, NFL Europe, NFL 4 years. He said, you got a plan, now let's go do it. I'll take you to the first trial. And he took me to Tallahassee, and I made it. After Tallahassee, in a nutshell, after Tallahassee, somebody called me from Tampa Bay Storm. I made it. After Tampa Bay Storm, I was working in Lowell at the Juvenile Detention Center. Somebody called me and said, you got a 1045 on line 2, Mr. Hart. Would you like to take a message? I said, yeah, take a message. I went up and got the messages of the Philadelphia Eagles. I was like,
Oh,
whoa, this is not real. So somebody's playing a joke on me. And then I ended up getting a call to them, and they said, yeah, we want to bring you to a tryout. I went to a tryout. I had a bad tryout. Slipped, fell,
oh,
but I was working hard, and they saw something in me. And I couldn't have made the team right then. You know why? Because that's not how I planned it in the beginning. If I'd have made the team right then, it wouldn't have been how I said it to my high school coach, because I told him AFL 2, AFL 1, NFL Europe, NFL. If I'd have made the team right then, I would have been AFL 2, AFL 1, NFL. So I spoke exactly how I wanted it to happen. And so when I went for the Eagles, I hadn't been to Europe yet. So what happened is I got sent home, and the Eagles said, we're going to send you to Europe. So it ended up happening exactly how I set out it for it to happen. And it was all God's plan. He allowed me to voice it, and I put it out in the universe, and it happened that way. AFL 2, AFL 1, NFL Europe, and back to the Eagles. And the Eagles practice in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Yeah. So it's just like it was all telling me, who was in control of that journey. It wasn't me. I had to get out of the driver's seat and take a ride. And he took me on a ride. like I said, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and my first number, I wanted 42. He gave me 33. Well, Jesus died age 33. So I was all representation of, who was in control of my journey. What is the eagle? Eagle's a biblical bird. They fly alone. They don't fly with other just regular birds. They fly with other eagles. So I could have been on any team. I could have been on the Rams, the Green Bay Packers, the Cheeseheads, the Detroit Lions, in but it made me an eagle. So now I try to fly high so people can see that you can come from Webster, Florida, you can come from Tarrytown, you can come from Lake Passawski, you can come from uh, wherever, Dominican Republic, anywhere. If you want to fly, he got you as long as you have faith and believe.
And what's crazy is your journey is not the traditional route.
Yeah.
That's like the hard road.
It's a hard road. I look at guys like Tim Tebow, who was the pinnacle of Florida Gators for a while. Couldn't make it in the NFL. Played 1 or 2 years. Here I am, never been to college. Played 8. It's all about what God wants for you. No matter who you are, and you just got to move out of the driver's seat and let that happen. And he was a very faith-driven guy. But that wasn't for him. He's doing great now, and for where he was and what he did, and but I look at guys like that, I'm like, wow, I did something. I was able to do something extremely special with not a whole bunch of support, but from one person, one power. Now, a lot of people had a lot of support. I'm saying when I say that, I didn't have people talking about me in college, boosting me up in college, and like a lot of guys do, you can blow in it. The media can make you or break you.
Right.
And then they made it and broke a lot of people, and it didn't have that for me. I just had faith and the people in my ear telling me I could do it, and that was it.
That's awesome. Like you should really think about fleshing out a documentary one of these
People
days.
have said that, and I've been on the cusp of doing it, a book, a movie, and whatever. I've seen Blindside, and come to find out, Blindside's a lie.
Oh yeah, that's another story. It was good inspiration.
It was good inspiration, but it's a lot. It's I think my journey, one of those that should be heard from a lot of people because it's faith driven. It's hard working stuff, but it's faith. It's big faith behind what I was able to accomplish because of my faith.
Absolutely. We have an event coming up at the gym.
Yeah.
November 9th from 5:30 to 8. It's a networking event. A lot of business professionals are going to come out, network, hand out business cards, enjoy some great food, and connect. So feel free to come out. It's free to the public. We want to see as many people there, and we want to continue to build on different events like this. Clint, so Austin led it to be hosted at his awesome venue. There's plenty of space. So come out, connect, have fun, enjoy some great food, and make some powerful connections.
Look forward to seeing you. Hope to see you. Love to shake your hand, take a picture, share some ideas, pick your brain, you pick my brain, and hopefully we can continue to help and grow small businesses such as his and myself and yours, so that we can continue to grow the community and spread some love and support that it needs, because it's all love in small business when you share with small business.
Right. And you help each other grow, and you can reach that next level. And outside of just money and just like worldly things, the most valuable thing we have is relationships. And you want to build long-lasting relationships to make sure that we all continue to push forward in this life in a positive manner.
I attest to that.
I want to hit on mental health. I know in a workout the other day, we really talked about that, but that's something that's not really spoken about, especially amongst men. It's like just be tough, keep pushing, don't show emotion, but we we think things, we go through things, and keeping it in, that's like leads to some disease sometimes. And working out is a good outlet. Uh, Touching on mental health, like what are some things that you implement in your gym or you teach some of the people you may mentor, your daughter, other people to continue to strengthen that mental health and make it a priority?
Well, the brain is the most powerful tool in the world, and it can make you or break you. What you tell yourself is important. That's why it's important to tell yourself positive things. A lot of people say, I'm so depressed. And when you say that, your body slumps because it hears you. We're cellular. We're cellular. We work on a cellular. Your body works on a cellular level. So your cells respond to you, how you feel, what you say to yourself. It's hard to say you're just depressed with a genuine smile on your face because your body don't. So you shouldn't speak that. Uh, people like Bruce Lee. I listen to those guys. I listen to a lot of motivational speaking. A lot of people like to listen to music. I like to listen to a lot of motivational speaking when I work out because they say things that you really need to hear. The music is just a bunch of noise.
Especially some of the newer stuff.
A lot of stuff you can't even understand now. But the music is a bunch of noise and it sounds, but words are powerful. And so I like to really listen to motivational talks and with music behind it. And so, because I hear both, I hear the beats and the powerful sounds, but I hear the words that mean more, and it kind of pushes me when sometimes I listen to people like Muhammad Ali when I work out. You don't count, people ask me how many we got. Well, I don't count reps. I count the pain that I'm going through. A lot of people like to count reps. So I mentally get tough when I get to a number or get to a pain, and then I start counting reps. So that's why I'll do things of 100. I'll do 100 reps of something, and I won't stop until I get to 100 because that's what my mind's set on. And that's why people like when I say numbers like that, I say it for your mental toughness, not your physical. Hey, we got 100 reps. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, we got 100 reps. So, and it's we're getting to 50 and it's burning. What do you tap into when it gets to that? Well, I tap into all the people that talk trash about me, all the people that disrespected me, all the people that told me I wasn't going to make it. So those are things that I really tap into that helps my mental toughness. In times when I'm down, times I'm hurting, I go in there and I beat my body up. My daddy always told me, dad always told me, son, if you want to deal with things, you want to grow mentally and physically, go in there and beat your body up. Beat your body up mentally and physically, with just tough workouts and grind it out. And you take all the pain and the frustration out on your physical and your mental. It's going to make you tougher. Um, and a lot of times, for a lot of people, well, if it ain't working out, then take a walk. Turn on something inspirational. Everybody's not workout nuts.
Right.
So they like, I don't go in the gym. What else I need to do? What can I do? Turn on something that's inspirational. I mean, YouTube is a tool that, and computer and social media is a tool that a lot of us are using it for the wrong reasons. There's so much laughter on social media, so much laughter, good laughter if you just look for it.
Right.
To where it's looking for drama or chaos. Uh, there's so much motivation on social media if you're looking for it instead of drama or chaos. So tap into things that's going to move you and help you grow and develop mentally through hard times instead of you know adding more stress or more trauma to the way you're already thinking. But if you're sad, don't watch a sad movie. If you're depressed, don't watch something depressing. We always try to get pulled toward things. Misery loves company. So pain is misery. And sometimes that pain will pull you. Like, okay, go seek out this, and it's more pain than that. Find happiness. You know, um, sometimes even people that things that I do sometimes is people that have passed in my lifetime that Well, boys of mine, um, I just think about them watching me and saying, "Go get it, go get it, go get it," instead of looking at the sad part of it, because I know what they used to say to me. You know, well, you can't do that. So just stuff that plays in my head that, and then it makes me smile. It makes me go harder. So it's things you have to play tricks with your own mind. Mind plays tricks on you, so play tricks back.
Mm, that's powerful.
Ain't that what the old rap song? Mind's playing tricks on me. Get a voice.
I might be.
You're too young. You're too young. You're too young for that.
Oh,
But yeah, get a voice. Mind's playing tricks on you. So you play tricks back on your mind.
yeah. And then, your mind, your perspective, your perception is essentially your reality.
It's your reality.
So
Your reality.
if you could change that from a negative connotation and shift it to positive,
you shift it.
you're shifting your reality.
You're shifting your reality. And you're powerful enough to do that. We're all superheroes in our own way. It's just how you think. People, you see people. You see people doing superhuman things. Even on my commercial thing at my gym, it's like you see guys and girls doing stuff like, how do they do that? Well, they worked at it and they tried it and they failed and they failed and they didn't quit and they said, I am going to do this. And they did it. I'm talking about some stuff that I just were like, whoa, how are they doing that? And they do it. I mean, guys doing push-ups on 2 fingers and, and holding their body up in a slant on, for like a long time. And, and I'm just like, it's the power of the mind. And, Bruce Lee said something, in his speech that I think a lot of people need to take heed to. It's like, we have to be like water. Water is water.
You put the water in the pot, it becomes the fire.
It becomes anything that it adapts and it adjusts and it flows or it crashes. So you have to choose. Are you going to flow or are you going to crash? You going to be put in a tough situation and adapt, or are you going to be put in a situation and continue to be a hardhead? Or be stubborn, or
right.
be, you can't be. I can't be put in an event where it's a lot of business people and be over in the corner sitting on the wall because I'm such an introvert. I got to come out of that shell. I got to adjust and adapt. I got to be able to talk to people if I want to grow. You got to just be able to be like water.
I know some individuals, like some part of my team, some family members ask me how I do certain things, and I was like, I literally have to be who I need to be. Like, it's not like being a comedian, but it's like that thing you don't want to do is what's going to make you great.
That's what you have to do. Sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do to achieve what you want to achieve. You don't always want to work out. People always complain about, I need to get healthier. I don't want to work out. Well, I don't want to eat right. Well, the chances are it won't happen for you.
Right. Because
the things that you need to do, you don't want to do. Sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do to achieve what you want to achieve. You got $5 in your tank and you're trying to drive a good distance, but you don't want to stop for gas. Well, you're going to run out.
Right. You'll be on the side of the road.
You're on the side of the road. So even though you're time crunch, you need to make time quickly, get in there, get some extra gas so you can get to where you got to get, or you're going to run out of gas. So sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do to achieve what you want to achieve.
That's when you're touching on that concept right there. A lot of times, like, you could be traveling and you're falling asleep on the road. If you kept going, you're gonna crash.
And some people don't want to stop, and they don't want to. They just time crunch. And honestly, it's happened to me before. When you're trying to, you're almost late for something, you just don't want to stop, but then you're trying to push it, and then you're trying to push it, but you need to stop, but you're gonna push it, and then I'm on the side of the road. Then I'm calling somebody.
Man.
I mean, that concept is about real. Sometimes you gotta take a chance and say, listen, I'm gonna do this because it needs to happen right now, even though I don't want to. I'm gonna go work out and I'm gonna take this walk or I'm going to put this on, or I want to listen to this because it's what I need to do, not what I want to do. There's too many wants in the world right now.
Right.
Too many wants. There's too many wants instead of a bunch of needs. Um, and people are doing their wants instead of what they need to. Going in, I want this and I'm buying this. So do you need it?
Well, I think I needed to hear this.
I tell you all, do you need that or do you want that? People ask me all the time, why you shop here? Why you do this right here? I don't need that. I heard something last night. The people, all these different places are names. Gucci, Versace, Fendi, all these names, even on Welch's,
Right.
Rolls Royce. It's two people. Some Rolls and some Royce. It's two people that got that company. And sometimes we get caught up in name brands, identity crisis.
Right.
No, you are who you are. It don't matter what you wear, no matter what you put on. You are who you are. Who are you? Don't get lost in the identity crisis. I know who I am. I can wear whatever, but I'm still gonna be Clint. They'll say, "You're that football player." No, I'm Clint. I played football. That was a job. A lot of people a lot of athletes get caught up in that. That's all who they know, who they are. No, I used to play football. I'm Clint. My name's Clint Hart. I own a gym. You're the Healthy Arts guy. No, I'm Clint. Healthy Arts is a gym. So don't get caught up in that stuff and always know who you are.
Yes, because just speaking from experience in life and seeing through other people, like if that thing is moved or you don't have that thing,
you lose.
Who are you? You know,
football players do all the time and they kill themselves. I've had some teammates that's done that. The game gets taken away and you lost. You don't know what to do. You don't know who you are. And that's why when I said I was done with the NFL, I was done. People are like, you should go do this and you should go that. I'm done. I don't even go to games. I don't even go to my little brother's games, not because I don't want to, because I can watch them better on TV from home. And for two, I see the realization of everything that deals with that. I see it from a different perspective than a fan.
Right.
I see the stress, the struggle, the pain, the hard work, and the disappointment. When you get released, it's disappointing. So, I tell little brother, I say, embrace for it now. So when it happens, you're okay. People don't understand it.
Yeah, and that's a blessing that you walked that path before he did, and you could really pour into him and really speak into his situation.
Just let him know. Just prepare him for what's to come. It's gonna come a day where you're gonna be like not wanted. It's gonna come a day when you're not gonna. Nobody's gonna want an autograph. Nobody's gonna want anything. Like Michael Jordan can walk downtown Ocala, and very few people will recognize him. They'll just see him as another. A lot of people see him as another guy.
I recognize Mike.
Yeah, Michael Jordan. Right. He looks like Michael. No,
it's not that.
But that's what I'm saying. It's going to be a point where you'll be. It used to be. It has been. Whatever people want to call you. And how do you deal with that? It's going to be a day where Healthy Hearts. I won't be running Healthy Hearts. I mean, not like I'm doing it. I can't do fit camps forever.
Right.
So I already prepared my mind for one day it will stop. And it'll be a sad day, but I'm going to be okay. Because I'll be golfing.
Hey, I need, there's a lot of people I know doing golf.
Challenging. It's challenging because it's you and the course. It's not you and people. You and the course. You against you. You versus you. You versus the course. You make a mistake, that's your fault. Can't blame somebody for dropping a pass or not picking up the call. It's you versus you. You don't work at it, you're not going to be good at it.
An aspect of you that I like is and I have a lot of friends that have achieved like some great success in their life, but that humility, it's not a facade. It's real.
Yeah.
It's like that's you're
I'm who I
open.
am.
You're approachable. You're able to talk to people, and you don't sit way high. Like you can't be talking to, like, you could talk to the homeless guy and you could talk to the multimillionaire.
It doesn't matter to me. And that comes from my mom and dad. But and a lot of people don't understand me. A lot of people don't understand how. If you know me, you know me. You don't know me, you can make up anything about me and not have validation for making it up. But if you know me, you know me. I'm super approachable. I mean, my trainers know it ain't no other place they can work and do the things they do, and because I care about them being successful just as much as the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Because the success of the gym relies on them being successful. So I understand that. So I don't take from my trainers. I allow my trainers to grow to where other gym owners take. I don't take. Um, I've been fortunate enough to be. I can give and give, and I've been broke before. I've not had a whole bunch of money before, and I lived and I was okay. So I don't worry about that. My fortune ain't in money. It's in people giving. Because if you care about people, you're gonna be all right anyway.
Right.
But if you're a lot of the world now is too self-absorbed, so we're fighting all over the country for different things instead of just embracing people and caring about people. If you can walk by a homeless person and it don't bother you, something's wrong with you. I mean, that's what I look at it. If it don't sting you a little bit, if it don't open your eyes and you ask yourself, I wonder how that person got to that point. Like that does to me all the time because I walk by my, they walk by my gym all the time, and I'm like, and I've stopped quite a few of them and just ask questions like, how did you get to this point in your life? To what regrets? And I've asked a few of them, and a few of them have said, starting to smoke weed because it opened up other things, or starting to do this. So some of the things we think is that the most innocent is, could be the worst thing ever happened to you. That's why I've never smoked marijuana in my life, ever. Because I don't want to take that chance of what if I open up, what if I run in the middle of the road? Then I don't know what it'll do to me. So it goes down, it affects everybody different. Mm-hmm. Everything affects everybody different. So my fears keep me safe. You will never see me jump out of a plane. You will never see me.
I've went skydiving before.
I'm not ever bungeeing. I'm not ever anything. I mean, it's just like, I'm not going to scuba dive. And people say, well, you're not living. No, I'm living. I'm just not living on the edge like that. So, I mean, but on seriousness, homelessness, the homelessness really moves me a little bit a lot actually, because it bothers me to see that, especially uh, young kids, young 20, where's the ambition? Where's the fight? And that's what I ask people when I train. I ask people that I train, don't come to me if you don't got no fight in you, because I get tired of trying to pump and prime you like your old vehicle. Come in with a 2023, 24 mindset. I want better for myself. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of looking and feeling this way. Well, you don't want to change it. I can't sit here and pump and prime you. So that's kind of how I approach. If you don't want results, don't come to me. I don't want to train you. I don't want your money. I don't need your money like that. If you want to come in and just hang out, then meet me downtown in the district maybe and let's have a cocktail and chill and talk. But other than that, don't come to me and want me to train you and then don't expect them to train you. It's not going to happen.
You're going to keep it real, that tough love.
It's tough love. And that's how it is. You ask me how you doing, I'm going to tell you, you're doing bad. I'm going to say, you're doing horrible. You're not sure. Ask them. I'm telling them, listen, You need to get out. You ain't gonna work. Don't come to me. I tell my daughter, baby, you played hard, but you lost. That's what I mean. Kids are soft these days because parents are being soft on them. Get out of my face. Go over there and get on that computer. Go over there and get on that. Go on. Oh, you want to be homeschooled? Go ahead and stay home. No, no, you don't stay home. You get here and socialize. The world is not built in a room.
Mm-hmm.
It's not built in a room in front of your computer. No, it's about hard times, disappointments, people not liking you, uh, people talking about you. Can't shelter you. I'm not gonna shelter you. Get out here and you face it, so you understand how to deal with it. The best experience is going through it. The best knowledge is laid in the experience. You're going through it, dealing with it. So you understand how to deal with it. Then you can share that with other people. Just like you said, it's good that you went to the NFL so you can tell your little brother.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good for people to go through experiences so they can tell other people, hey, don't do that. Don't put your hand on that stove. I did it one time.
It wasn't.
It was burning.
Yeah.
You ain't got to be the person that put your hand on the stove.
Right.
I didn't have to do drugs to know what drugs do to you. I've seen it. I've seen it what it did to people in my family. So,
like, people ask me why I don't drink coffee. My dad used to drink like 6 cups of coffee a day.
I want to come one a day with antioxidants and it's maybe okay. But you ain't got to drink that much coffee.
I remember his order, like, he'd go to Dunkin', he'd get the coffee with 2 creams, 5 sweet and low.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, but reality of it, man, is the world need to be more sympathetic and have more empathy uh, for humans. But I'm not saying give every homeless person or give everybody that needs everything. But people know if I got it and I can spare it, you can get it. Uh, just cause the way I think. I always ask myself, would I want somebody to do that to me?
Mm-hmm.
Treat people how you want to be treated.
Let the people know where they can find you online or, come visit the gym.
Healthy Harts Fitness, 42 is my Instagram. Facebook, Clint Hart. You can find it. And you can find us at the gym if you want your kids to be mentored, trained, work. We'll work with them. 415 North Magnolia, downtown Ocala. And like I said, it's a great opportunity for me to pour into your kids as far as what I've experienced through life and the energy. Energy is transferred, and I'm all about energy, and I can tell you right away if your kid got it or if he needs to be behind a desk and we're working on it.
You keep it that real.
I keep it real because what time is precious. The only thing we have, the most valuable thing is time. And I hate to have a parent or anybody come in, he's trained. Oh, he wants to be a quarterback. And I'll say, let me see him throw and let me see him move. Well, he got a chance. Then, he needs to be an offensive lineman, or he needs to be a different position,
Mm-hmm.
or have you ever thought about playing tennis, or everything, or playing a different sport? Because what we want, like I said, our wants is not what we need,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes we want things that we don't need. That puts us in a position where we're confused and lost.
And this brutally honest thing that people don't get, like when you're trying to achieve something, whether it's in business or you're trying to make it into the league, there's limited amount of spots. And
0.00%, 1%. That point percent. It's crazy number. And it's the world you're talking about. So, as Bisconnect want to be great, you have to look at all the people
doing
outside of Ocala. Now, not just in here in Ocala. Who are you competing against in the world? And that's what it takes. Don't look in your immediate circle. Look at I want to be one of the best in the world.
Like almost somebody else's dream literally has to die, so yours has a chance to live, and that's just competitive nature.
It's competitive nature, and if you ain't willing to fight, you ain't willing to live.
And everyone, That's another episode of the Fresh Vision Podcast. Thank you so much for coming out. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care.